great debate, SDCC 2018. Make a little bit of noise. We want to... My name is Aisha Tyler. Yes, you may know me from massive hits like The Fifth Wheel and a little tiny show called Archer. For this one. This is my second great debate. Last year I was on the panel, and I'm super excited to be here to host this year, because this is our opportunity to answer some of the deeply burning questions that roil around in geekdom, that you fight over with your friends when you're drinking Four Loko, and you know, just on a Thursday, just chilling. And so I want to make sure that everybody knows what our hashtags are so you can participate at home. At home I mean, you know, like row 11. So the hashtag is SDCC and the hashtag Great Debate. And you guys are going to get a chance to vote on the winner of each debate today. So it's really important, like your participation matters. You guys choose who wins these conversations and who wins overall. And then at the end, then you guys get to come up to the mic and ask your own debate questions and have them settled by our very illustrious panel. So you guys ready to get started? I know. My weird jean jumpsuit. Could be up peeing right now, and you guys have no idea what's going on inside. First out, star of many, many things, including Stand Against Evil, the fantastic Janet Varney!
Oh, she was fantastic.
From Rampage and every single one of our dreams, Mr. Joe Manganiello! American Gods, the sensational Orlando Jones! This guy. Torchwood!
Torchwood!
He always upstages me. Come on, I thought I was gonna wear shorts today. Mystery Science Theater 3000s. I don't know, so many amazing things. Supernatural. Felicia! And this guy needs no introductions. If you've got a myth, he'll bust it. Mr. Outsider! This is going to go. I'm going to present a topic. The debaters are going to, and who's going to debate against each other for that topic. Each person gets time to make their argument. I'll open it up to the entire panel for additional thoughts. At the end, you guys decide which side wins by holding up your panels with either a green thumbs up or a lovely kind of pinky thumbs down. And the power's in your hand. With great power comes great responsibility. Use your paddles for good, not evil. Please do not spank your seatmate. All right. To get everyone warmed up, I'm going to ask a question. You give everybody about 15 seconds to make your case, just to get your tongues moving before we get to the hardcore debate. Here we go. First off, Janet, you get 1 hour with the lasso of truth. What do you do with it?
1 hour, lasso of truth. I go directly to the creators of Game of Thrones. I ask if Jon Snow is going to get Daenerys preggers. I ask how do you kill a dead dragon. And then if I have time left over, I'm just going to go to a White House press conference.
Yeah. Underwear on the outside, sub-question, maybe it's underwear only in your case, I don't know.
If we're talking about Magic Mike, underwear on the inside. But superheroes, I'm going to say underwear on the inside.
Okay, on the inside. You're a classy superhero, just keeping it classy. You know, maybe you're wearing a tearaway cape for later on the next day.
Wear your underwear any way you want in my house.
obsessed? Mulder or Batman?
Oh, wow.
That's heavy.
That's heavy. That's
Boy,
crazy.
that's the intellectual stuff.
Well, I mean, obviously Mulder, because he's like going through 20-year-old reports trying to read what's going on. You got to be obsessed with that. You know, Batman is cray-cray. That's what
That's entirely fair. Just, yeah, PTSD is like a crime fighting. All right, here we go. John.
Yes.
What is the most useless superpower?
The most useless superpower, I think, is flying because everybody can do it, no matter if you have jet rockets or whatever, or a cape. I think the most useful one would be farting sparkles because everyone would look fabulous.
When you pat us up with farting sparkles, come on.
Guys, it'd be so much fun at a party.
Imagine what your house would look like.
Oh my gosh. You and I are going to work on your superpower online later, guys. Follow me on Instagram. I'll show you later. I will show you John farting sparkles. I promise. I'm the moderator who delivers. Here we go. Felicia.
Yes, yes.
1/4. Which arcade game do you pick?
Oh, there's so many. I would say Mortal Kombat because Raiden, he can sparkle into me. But also Centipede because you have that thing and it's good for arthritis.
No. Yes.
Let's go with Raiden.
I'm so down for you. Also, I'm going to use that line on somebody tonight. You want to sparkle into me? Adam, is it weird that fantasy characters always have English accents?
No.
Yes, it is weird, but I think it speaks to America's fear of class. We fear that there's a whole country that's classier than we are. And we're right.
Guys, at this very moment over crumpets. All right, here we go, y'all. This is for all the marbles. Topic number 1. This is for Adam and Felicia.
Oh God.
Who has had the bigger impact on modern cinema? Somebody ate their movies today, audience.
People.
George Lucas or Stan Lee? Adam, you go first. 90 seconds to make your case. Go.
For George Lucas.
No. Yes.
Yes.
Said it.
Okay, George Lucas, I mean, he comes out of the first wave of independent filmmakers like John Cassavetes and Francis Ford Coppola. He shoots onto the scene with the THX 1138, a truly like visionary science fiction movie. So updates to this sort of like dystopic America that's happening there in the late 60s and early 70s, and reinforms this sort of bubblegum science fiction from the 50s and goes to a very deep level. Yes, and then invents the summer blockbuster and space that's lived in. Go ahead and try to beat that with Stan Lee, Felicia.
You actually came in under your time. It was exciting. Well made case.
I sat on Stan Lee's lap one time. It was a party, guys. I don't know what happened. I was so drunk. Listen, I think Stan Lee has contributed. I mean, look around us. 40 years ago when Star Wars came out, there were not this many people who loved pop culture, and I think Stan Lee has affected pop culture in infinite ways around the globe. He has created this shared universe, the shared cinematic universe, which originated in the comics. Also, how much money has been spent on Marvel movies in production as well as consumer dollars, and I really think his characters are hotter overall, although I would do Han Solo in a second. I'm gonna open this up to the panel if anybody else would like to tag in either of these arguments in favor or against Lee or Lucas.
I think if George let Han shoot first and left it that way, I'll be arguing that way. Han did shoot first.
Yep.
But I also share a birthday with Stan Lee, so I gotta go with Stan Lee. December 28th. There you go.
I'll go with Stan Lee because I've sat on his lap also.
You have not.
Were you there?
Are there pictures? Is there proof of you on Stan Lee's lap?
Yeah.
Stan Lee like at the mall taking dollars like a hired Santa?
It was like a Santa. It was like a Santa situation. It was Comic-Con, you guys.
Christmas, I would like a doomsday god then.
And Stan was in a furry suit.
Oh, when in Rome.
Does anybody want to volunteer another director that they'd like to say has contributed more than either of these men?
Yeah, Spielberg's close.
Yeah.
Fritz Lang.
Fritz Lang, yeah.
Deep cut.
Yeah, deep cuts, guys. You
Poor people
start
have-
intellectual and we just slowly work towards drunk.
Guillermo del Toro.
Okay.
Yeah!
Now you're just going to stick up to Guillermo del Toro, who's not here right now. Not in the audience. All right, guys, so we're going to vote on this one. Who made their case better? Adam or George Lucas? Adam for George Lucas. Felicia for Stanley. Took that one just because all of you are 11 and you've only ever seen Avengers movies. Don't know who George Lucas is. You think he's the guy that scoops your ice cream down at the corner? It's okay, we're moving on, y'all. Here we go. Topic 2 for John and for Joe. Would you rather be an average citizen in King's Landing or in Marvel's New York City? John for New York, Joe for King's Landing. John, go.
I would rather be in New York City because of all of the things it had. Plus, it's a big musical theater town, and I'd love to see the Fantastic Four do a big number together. That sort of kind of thing. Also, you've got Luke Cage, Daredevil, Doctor Strange, Hawkeye. There's a plethora of people who are in Marvel's New York. The thing with King's Landing is I don't want shit thrown on me at all. Okay? In Marvel's New York, it would be kind of all, again, sparkles, glitz, lights, fabulousness. Okay, there's a couple of things like Dr. Octopus, is that right? Yeah?
Doc Ock?
Doc Ock, he would come in with all his arms and throw that stuff around. However, in King's Landing, we have someone like Jonathan Pryce. I don't want to be there. You all know who I'm talking about? Yes, okay. So also the fact that, you know, in Marvel's New York, Thor's hammer is Thor's hammer. In King's Landing, with Circe, it would be a sex toy, okay? Alright, but also when it's, you know, it's getting along with your brother in Marvel's New York is one thing. Getting along with your brother in King's Landing is another. It doesn't mean you're on top. So my definitive one, although I have an affection for an infection from King's Landing, I would go with Marvel's New York City just because today's theme is because I am Mr. Marvelous, it's fantabulous.
Okay. To Joe.
My first question is, what did you do that was so bad that people were throwing shit at you?
I walked naked through King's Landing, like everybody else. Actually, Circe was pissed off because I did Jamie.
Listen, the average citizen in Marvel is being attacked by everything from giant metal caterpillars from the sky to Thanos. Like, it's not safe out there. Listen, if you're the average citizen in King's Landing, you can hide in the streets and somehow work your way up and do something about the leadership. You know what I mean?
Sounds like America.
I didn't say that. Maybe you're the long lost Stark. I mean, I'm saying I played a wolf for years. So maybe and I can kind of hide out in the streets with the blacksmith, and then we wind up finding our way up into the throne room, and we can actually do something about the leadership over there, and then take our army, join up with Jon Snow, and save the world from the White Walkers.
Nice. Nice.
The only problem is that there can be one queen in New York City. Hey, hey, there can be two queens in King's Landing, all right?
These are very even arguments, and I'm just still working on Joe as dire wolf. I'm just doing it like me and Joe as dire wolf.
I would love to go to King's Landing, but there are no black people in King's Landing. And they got White Walkers. Like, the whole situation is like, so black ass home.
Let's take it over.
All right, well, we argue for kicking with Salvador San. Thank you very much. Shall we open it out to the audience? John from New York, from Marvel's New York. Okay. Joe for King's Landing. Joe for King's Landing. I don't know, this feels like a push to me. This feels like a push. Call it a push. Don't be sitting up front with your thumbs down telling me no. I rule this. I rule here.
Not what you said, not what you said.
Claiming my time!
I'm gonna call that a push, right? We'll say that one later. Here we go. Top 3 for Orlando and for Janet. Ooh, ladies, this one's for you. Who is the best Chris? Hemsworth, Evans, Pine. Sparkle into me, gentlemen. You can Rochambeau it, I don't care who goes first. All right. It's between Orlando and Janet. And you get to pick whatever Chris you like. Orlando, you go first.
No, ladies go first.
Oh, that's very oh, yes, we do. Thank you very much. Janet, go first.
This is a terrifying subject. This is very, very difficult.
This is real. This is real shit, man.
And I do end up with whoever I pick.
100%. Unless the lady in the front row with the thumb.
Janet, keep believing that. Keep
Okay,
believing
great.
that.
Based on that fact alone, I'm going to go with Chris Pratt. He's very, very funny. He's humble. Please, Parks and Rec. He's got the comedy chops. Now, those other Chris's can be very funny, but I feel like Chris is like the authentic goofball. You know, he makes fun of himself. I like to make fun of myself. We could get together and be mean to each other about ourselves.
That sounds like a really good time.
But this is the thing. I don't even feel like I need to say much more because I happen to have read an article that was an interview with two of the other Chris's, Hemsworth and Evans, and they said Chris Pratt is the best Chris. Why would I go against them? Chris Pratt, I'm
First of all,
sorry.
they was drunk at the time, so you can't use that against them.
They were sitting on Stan Lee's lap.
It happens. It happens.
I love how they were like, if I pick myself, I just sound like a dick. We're just gonna piss Chris is not here. Come on. Then they leave. They're both like, yeah, it's me. Of course it's me. All right, and on to Orlando. Pick your Chris.
I really feel like my inner black woman, Olandra, needs to enter this. So first off, let's get a few things straight, boo-boo, because you all incorrect over there.
Here we go. Here we
Chris
go.
Evans went on television. We all saw this. And he told his mama after he lost his virginity. Now that is a good boy. That's a good boy. He is adorable and sweet, and he is close to his mama, and he is Captain America. And he does comedy. And Chris Pine is just a wonderful singer. Chris Pine is the only one of this action group that you could take to see Barbara Streisand.
Just
and be like, that's a great idea. Let's go, Orlando.
He's hitting all of the other Chris's.
He's pinning all the other
Well, I'm saying that all of them collectively beat your Chris. And it's better options. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God, you guys! I just had a vision of all the
3 to
Chris's
1.
pressed together as a giant hot Gundam wing.
Yes, like turkey wing thing. Duck turkey. You put them all together and pick it together.
It's a Chris Duckin.
It's a Chris Duckin. And it's delicious. It is delicious.
The NSFW version of the word stuck in.
It was from me.
Anybody else like to volunteer?
I would, at a party, at a Comic-Con party about 6 years ago, I went up to Chris Hemsworth and I was a little bit drunk and I was like, you're a very attractive man. And he looked at me and was like, thank you. That's classy.
He is
Turned away. So I would say he's the nicest because I didn't get ejected by security.
He didn't then go over and like wave at you like that one. That one right there, the redhead.
But let's be honest, how many guys in here would leave their girl for Chris Hemsworth? I'm just saying, he is beautiful. Don't lie. He is He is like Fabio and Fabio can fight. I love it. His hair is beautiful. I want to like knit it and she would crochet.
Do you know, Thor was the only doll that I never, action figure that I never wanted to play with, Amigo figures, and you know why? Because it looked too much like Cheryl Ladd with the hammer. I'm showing my age now.
Super vintage. I just want to point out that Chris Pine cried during the Oscars, during the performance of Selma, and I just got the biggest lady boner I've ever had in my life. I was watching him, I was like, oh, I'm feeling all inside and sad.
Honest to God, talking to him like this, and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm just so happy to see you, Chris. So happy to see you. Don't make it weird, Chris. Don't make it weird.
Make it weird. faces.
Yeah.
You know, like a kneecap.
Yeah, no problem.
Looks like a Chris cap.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Topic
I'm making
4.
all kinds of promises.
Topic 4, this is a bulky one, this is substantial, guys. We're answering the great questions of the world right now. We're bringing these things to resolution. Everyone has an envelope in front of them with your name on it. One at a time, hold you grubby bastards. One at a time, you'll open it and reveal the name of a famous captain, and you will prop it in front of you. But we are not going to debate until everyone has revealed what captain they have been given. After you've revealed your captain, each one will, at a time, you'll get 30 seconds to make your case for why your captain is the greatest of all captains. The whole panel can then weigh in and argue, and at the end, the audience will determine for all time which captain stands above the others. We will start at the far end of the table for this debate entitled, "Oh Captain, My Captain." Janet, you open first.
Okay. I just want to say, I assume the only captains who matter are in these envelopes. so if like they're not in these envelopes, they don't matter. Is that weird?
I
just want to see how this plays out.
I'm going to tell you already, I already know where you're going with this.
I want to see how this plays out. Okay.
There's a critical captain missing. There is a critical captain
I was
missing.
just curious. I was just
That's
curious.
right.
I was just curious because I looked at the table. I was just curious.
So say it and then prop it in front of you so everyone can see.
Okay. I seem to have opened Captain
You got Captain America?
Yes. And
Funny that.
I know. Yes. There you go.
Yeah.
Orlando.
Now you got Chris Pine. That's funny.
Yep.
And now, George on that.
Oh, come on.
That's not fair.
No good, are you sure? It's the only one you the captain you can eat without being arrested. He really just wants you to look at his spot as he's walking by.
What do you think I was doing? I was doing
Felicia, continue.
I don't know, you guys.
They didn't put
I
Captain
believe
Jack.
in you.
We need it.
That's gotta be this next one.
You can't take the sky from me.
Yeah.
That's upon a stone.
There's a new captain in the mix, obviously.
You didn't like Christmas Crunch? It was delicious. Crunch berries, peanut butter.
The only captain you can eat without getting arrested. Here we go. Guys, I'm just like right under right there. Like KSFW. All right, here we go. Janet, you start.
Captain America. Captain America's awesome. I think we all agree that it was very tough for me to choose Chris Pratt because I also love Chris Evans. He did a fantastic job. He represents lots of different eras. He stayed true to a woman, even as she became a crinkly, delightful, sweet old woman. I think that's very sweet, wonderful. Captain America has been represented not only by a white guy, but in comics has been represented by an African American person and by an LGBT plus female. I believe her name is America Chavez. And I think Isaiah Bradley, am I right?
Wow.
Isaiah Bradley, also a Captain America. Look it up.
That was very, very good.
I just like the way you said African American person. You made me want to be one of those people.
They are delightful. They're delightful. They're delightful people.
Yeah.
All right, Chuck.
Okay.
Beautiful.
He's the original Rogue, the original badass, the original space pirate. Don't tell this man the odds. He had a giant 8-foot-tall, furry friend named Chewbacca who did whatever he said. He shot first. He did the Kessel Run in 112 parsecs. Princess Leia was in love with him. When I was a little kid, I I used to look out my window every single night. I'd find the brightest star and I would wish on it every single day that I would grow up to be him. And the fact that I get to be here and argue his merits is a dream come true.
I was that baby nerd. You were a baby nerd inside in Orlando.
First of all, we have to separate. Are we talking about Chris Pine, Captain?
I'm talking about Chris Pine, Captain.
That's the one I'm talking about. Because I've been in a Twitter war with Shatner for 3 years now. He just unfollowed me. He gets so mad at me all the time. I may have made a comment about a girdle. I don't know what was happening. It was late night. He was being rude. He was mad at me because Misha Collins does Gishwas every year. Shout out to my Destiel Supernatural family. So, long story short, he wanted me to be on his team and I wouldn't be on his team, and then he got all in his feelings and cussed me out.
Well,
so I can't really, he Captain Kirk, I get it, he's amazing. He kissed the first black woman on television, which frankly at a time when nobody really was thinking about those things, and he represented nerddom in a way that others didn't. The science was actually pseudo-real on Star Trek, and of course the fans brought it back after they canceled it, so it's a true fan-made, fan-born thing.
Yes.
So for that alone, I gotta give him and Captain Kirk all of his due. Shout out to Gene Roddenberry and their beautiful family. But you, Shatner, I'm tired of. You are full-time out, Shatner. Do you hear me? Full-time out. You need to take several seats. That means stand up, sit down again. Then I'll tell you when it's okay just to stay down. That's it. No.
Shatner's watching all of this and making various notes.
He is so gonna cuss me out when he reads it.
It's waiting. There's just like a tweet storm waiting for you. John Barrowman.
Captain Jack Harkness, where do I begin? Jack Harkness was the first openly LGBTQ character ever on television in SyFy in the British United Kingdom. He also bled his way into the United States. He was played by an openly gay, proud, and out loud man. The fact that he looked fabulous, dressed in a very gracious, beautiful long coat, saved the universe, never cared who he upset, it was as long as it was for the good of the people and everyone around him and the good of society and humanity. He also didn't give a crap who he slept with. His motto was, anyone with a zip code, and we live by that today. Captain Jack Harkness, A number 1. Hello, everyone. Best friends with one of the greatest time travelers in the universe, in the galaxy.
I gotta be one of them gracious coats you're talking about.
Yeah, gracious coat. And gracious. Felicia just smelled it.
And I ovulated.
Now I'm gonna sit on Stanley's lap.
It was one time, it was Comic-Con.
It's what happens at Comic-Con.
It just happened
It's up in your Instagram feed and then you make all your friends like it.
Alright, listen, I have a really hard follow-up to all those things, and I want to tell you a story. You know when you get takeout, and you get like maybe some Vietnamese spring rolls, or some kind of sushi thing, and you get the little tiny cup that has the soy sauce, or like the sauce in it, and sometimes you look at it and you're like, I don't want to rinse this out to recycle it, and you put it in your trash. If I throw that out, I will have a nightmare that night that I'm dying. I die, I go to the pearly gates, and who's there but Captain Planet telling me, bitch, you can't come in. Remember those soy sauce cups?
They should have just single-handedly made Captain Planet so hip. I just like, remember Captain Planet was like, hey, you should recycle, kids. And Felicia's like, bitch, you can't get in there. Like the most you think you in? I recycled shit when you was alive. Smack your ass back down to hell, bitch, just turn around. Walk out. I'm here kicking it with trees and shit.
Captain Planet's ghetto.
Oh my God, he's what's happening? He's like, I was trying to be cool when I was down in the 70s, but now I'm my real self. I came out when I went to heaven.
I don't recycle, I reload.
Oh my God.
I totally need us to reboot Captain Planet as one thing so that we can do that version of Captain Planet. It's apparently a mix between Shaft and like we were guy in tights.
to. Gotta be himself now. He's unemployed. Anyway, Adam.
Bitch, you better recycle. All right. This is my favorite captain on this table. A direct narrative descendant of Han Solo and an improvement upon Han Solo. I said it. An improvement. He's got the best long coat in science fiction. I'm sorry.
It's not like I came first, really. And we look good together, I will say that.
Those are off.
Mal also exhibits my favorite, the best qualities of leadership, and that you can see it in his team. Not only would they all die for him, and yes, Chewie would die for Han, but they would all die for him, and you would work with any one of the members of his team. Like, I want to go out for a beer with everybody that he picks to be on his ship. That is, to me, the definition of an excellent leader. It's Mal Reynolds. You can't take this guy from me.
This is gonna be a flash vote. I'm gonna go over and I'm just gonna walk down the line. You guys are gonna vote and we're gonna see how this goes. Here we go. Okay, here we go. All right. Janet Varney for Captain America.
Oh, I know how this is going to go.
Joe Manganiello for Han Solo. Orlando, who did you have? I can't see your card. I've already forgotten what just happened. Thank you. Orlando for Captain Kirk. John Barrowman for himself. Felicia for Captain Planet.
Oh yeah, try to get into heaven, you guys.
Y'all get me. Adam for Captain Melvin. Yeah, that was tight. I do think it went to Adam for that one. All right. Everybody gets
This time I came first.
It's ramen moments. Topic 6. This is for Adam, Joe, and Felicia. Oh, and by the way, right after this, it's going to be time to hear from our audience. So think of a great, great debate question that you want our panel to tackle. In a few minutes, we'll be lining up at the microphones. Okay, yeah. Oh, did I skip one? Did I skip there? Sorry, I skipped a card. Here we go. Think about your thing. We'll ask you to line up in a little bit, but this is topic 5, not topic 6. Here we go. Orlando, Janet, and John, this is a 3-way battle for all of the marbles. Who wins in a fight? Oh, God, you guys, this is a good one. Between the X-Men, Avengers, and Justice League. Everybody gets a minute to make their case, and then everybody will weigh in. Starting with Orlando for the X-Men.
For X-Men?
Yeah, Orlando for X-Men.
Wow, you know, the X-Men, I don't think the X-Men gonna win this. I don't know. I don't really want to put myself in this battle that way. Hold on, get your costume right there. Your legs look so lovely, man. I just want to say that. I can't, does anybody believe X-Men is gonna win this situation? I mean, Magneto, yes, I believe that is a true power on our side, but I don't know. Part of me does not think
What
that.
about Phoenix and Storm?
I mean, yes, Phoenix and Storm really gonna beat Phoenix. Justin.
Phoenix, yeah.
Rogue.
Jean Grey?
Yeah, because
Dark Phoenix, you did great Phoenix.
psychic chick.
It's the psychic thing going. I can
You
work.
got Wolverine?
What?
You got Wolverine?
I know.
Oh.
I mean, I just think we're
Deadpool, yes, Deadpool.
I think we're just forgetting about the fact that the X-Men do have, we think of that about as being a terrestrial team, but they do have galactic strengths. They can fly intergalactically. Phoenix can fly anywhere, and she can like change time and shit. She's magic.
Yeah.
She's made out of fire.
Thank you.
All right, I'm making your case. I'm just here to
You're trying to make my case, but I'm telling you, I'm being honest. You didn't give me my guys, so I'm gonna have.
Okay, fine. Well, Janet's got Avengers.
Why you gotta
I got
think about it?
I love you. This is just in judgment. Janet for Avengers.
I got the Avengers somehow. Do I need to make an argument? Or are you guys already with me? I don't think listen, they're the ultimate like crazy family that is they're just trying to get along. They love each other. Look, we got somebody from another planet. We got somebody from a different time. We have people who don't have magical powers who still can hold their own with people who have magical powers. They're awesome. The Avengers is not gender-specific X-Men. Avenging sounds less pompous than Justice. And the Justice League sometimes feels like, hey, my two dads are fighting with each other. So I'm gonna go with the Avengers. I think I got lucky with this one.
Yeah, they got four. Now I just see Storm and Rogue being like, X-Men. All right, John, for Justice League.
Okay, so with X-Men, you've got people who have issues and things that are their powers are kind of, it's thrown at them in a way that they don't discover them right away. They learn about them and they have to harness them. That takes a long time. So then you go over to the Avengers where they're having civil war. They're also fighting with each other. That's, okay, but Justice League have got it together. Justice League are about to put everything right. Justice League, you've got Batman, depending on which there's a lot of them. You've got everyone from Green Arrow. You have, not only do you have all the superheroes within Justice League, but they also like to take word from some of the bad guys sometimes because they can learn things from bad guys. That's why I like Justice League. Because very early on in the comic book in Justice League of America, they introduced a character called Malcolm Merlyn. Came in and was a little bit ratty, but also gave them a lot of advice. And to this day, within the DC world, Malcolm Merlyn still gives a lot of those characters advice. And Ra's al Ghul trained Batman, so to speak, all sorts of stuff. So my bet is on Justice League because they're covered by women, men, African Americans. They've got everybody in the realm like everybody else does, except Justice League is better.
But Batman ain't got no power, I'm just saying.
Well, Batman, but that's one of the good things because he's like all of us. He's a man who creates his power, and like us, we can create our own powers to change things. I love that one.
Okay. Also, there's like 3.75 Avengers left.
I feel like I'm gonna see Infinity Stones.
Exactly. There's just sneezed and another Avenger disappeared. Anybody else want to weigh in here on who they think should win the three-way before we take it to the audience?
Oh, take it to the audience.
Take it to the audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take it into you guys. Yeah.
Now, what happens in a three-way when you focus on one thing too much?
We're doing a three-way fight. Fight. Three-way fight. Okay. Here we go. All right, guys. It's time to vote on what I still think is maybe an unresolved question.
Yeah.
But maybe we could do. What if we merged universes? Wouldn't that be so dope? That's not gonna happen. But
No.
That literally they would make all the money on the planet. All economies would grind to a halt. If this was a real movie, and all of these teams met up, we would all avenge out of existence. I mean, like serious Infinity Stone. The planet dies.
But you're right, that's a question that is never going to be solved.
No, it can't be. But let's just give it a try right now, everybody. Orlando for X-Men! Janet for Avengers! Steve? John for Justice League! That feels like a little bit of a push. I don't know.
Legion of Doom.
Let's revote. Janet for Avengers! Janet for Avengers! John for Justice League! Guys, he only has so many quarters in his pocket. You're not all right, here we go. This is topic 6. And everybody's going to get a minute to make their case for this one, and then we'll all chime in. This topic is for Adam, Joe, and Felicia. Would you rather have a Green Lantern ring, one Infinity Stone, or a Wizard Wand? Adam, you're going to get Green Lantern ring, Joe, an Infinity Stone, and Felicia, Wizard Wand. Joe, do you want a reminder, a primer on what all the Infinity Stones do? I don't know, I just thought they made a really pretty bracelet. Do you want to be reminded what the powers are? I'll remind everybody really quickly. I'm sure some of you don't know. Don't look at your friend like you know. You don't know. The stones are reality, space, time, power, soul, mind, and badonkadonk. That last one's okay.
The power to make your ass as big as a Kardashian. There's a stone for that.
And then you drop it down, back it up, and half of people would wrinkle out of existence. Okay, here we go. Adam with Green Lantern ring.
I have to defend Green Lantern ring?
Yes, you do.
Yes. I can make anything I want unless I'm confronted
confronted by a banana. Awesome. I know, right? I'm gonna hide from any villain and do like woodwork in a quiet little shack with my Green Lantern ring, hoping that no one brings yellow. And Dick Tracy is my worst foe.
Or Big Bird.
You can make a giant egg timer that tells everybody they're running out of time. That's like a Green Lantern thing. Like, look, it's a giant clock in the sky.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's totally lame. I don't want to defend Green Lantern's ring. I've never wanted one. Can I have the Infinity Stone?
Yeah, you can have the Badonkadonk Infinity Stone. You could use it. You could use it. All right, on to Joe for the Infinity Stone of your choice, Joe.
Wait, I get all the Infinity Stones.
No, you have to pick one.
I have to pick one?
You get one
Reality,
stone.
space, time, power, soul, line. The last three are also the name of a very famous dance show from the 70s.
I would take time, because anytime anyone pulled something, he pulls his thing with his Green Lantern ring, I could just, like Superman, like, go back in time, whirl the world back before that happened, stop it from happening. I could go back in time and alter the past.
Paint everything yellow.
We all have our goals.
You can't stop the Infinity Stones.
This is true.
Everyone's disappearing right now. We don't know where they are, even though Spider-Man is in production over in Europe right now. But he's disappeared, people, and it's all because of Thanos' power.
Disappeared to Prague.
Listen, I pull for the bad guys. It's all about the Infinity Stone.
Nice. We're gonna take it to Felicia for the Wizard Wand, but anybody who's got questions, now's the time to line up. So get it together and cue yourselves.
I mean, I feel like it's just obvious. Like a wizard wand is what you can infuse any, like your effort will make it as cool as possible. You put whatever spell in there, and you put a spell to be like, I'm gonna learn more spells, and I'm gonna live forever to be able to learn more spells. You can make the most infinite, powerful wand. You can be like, hey, I'm gonna make an Infinity Stone disappear. I'm making the world yellow. And this thing over here, I don't even understand why there is, and also wizards are better than anybody. They wear robes. They are, I mean, I want to live in a world where I can just grow my beard down to my chin, you know?
I see.
It's called my house. Who doesn't?
Okay, thank you. Anyway, I think you can't even argue.
No. I give my argument right to Felicia. I think the wand is the.
I'm sorry, but one stone, it's not going to do much. It looks like it's from Claire's jewelry in the mall, you know? They're so fake looking, so forget it.
I take my reality stone, and there's no such thing as a wizard anymore.
Oh. Yeah, but I had a cloaking device. I was in an alternate dimension, and I already put you in a different dimension.
I went back in time to right before you did that and stopped you from doing that.
I was in the beginning of time. You don't even exist. You couldn't exist. I went back before you went, and then I went, and I took the sperm that made you, and I went,
Can you give me the list of my other stuff?
Oh my God, that was so miserable. So Adam has he's demurred, he's removed himself from the running. He's abdicated. I'm reclaiming his time.
It's the X-Men of stone power.
Joe for the Infinity Stone. Aisha for the Wizard Wand. Her beginning of time sperm smashing powers.
that would be such a good iPhone case.
That was a deep cut.
When I take control of the universe, you're all in big trouble.
This is the time for you guys to ask questions, all right? We've got a super team of debaters up here ready to answer any and all
Master
critical questions. Master debaters.
Master debaters.
So do we have cues? Do we have people lined up? Yes?
Nobody wants to
great.
line up.
Right there.
You guys, you fear us. You fear our powers, don't you? Okay, first of all, tell me your name.
Hello, my name is Bronwyn.
Bronwyn, you have a super cool
That's
name.
a
You're a wizard.
beautiful Welsh name, Bronwyn.
Hi, Bronwyn.
You look incredible. Do it.
My question's a bit confusing to word.
Try to act it
Which Captain Marvel movie are you looking forward to more? DC's Captain Marvel, Shazam, or Marvel's Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers?
You're adorable.
Great question.
Real. That was real.
I don't get it. It was a sick burn somehow, right? Was it a sick burn?
For me, whichever one comes out first, I'll go see it. And also because Zach.
I had to see Zach's thing. I got to see Zach's thing.
Yeah.
Why do they have to be in competition?
Yeah, why can't you see both?
Have one like a little taste, like an appetizer, and then full Marvel after that. Just full Marvel.
Are you gonna see both, Bronwyn? Are you gonna see both? Then why are you doing this? This is like a Sophie's choice of Marvel.
Robert, sit your ass down. Stop trying to stir things up. I hate Bronwyn now.
Barrowman has been lying awake for weeks thinking that I'm going to ask this question about Marvel versus Marvel. And you know what? He's mad because you stumped him. You stumped the chump. You stumped him. He's angry.
I do love you, Bronwyn.
We all love you, Jane. We're gonna talk about you later.
Love you, Broadway.
Love you, Bronwyn.
The answer is yes, Barrowman.
Yes to both names of Bronwyn.
Ron, you make sure when you see them, all of them, whatever one you see, you do a post and tag us all in and let us know what you
Yeah,
think,
we'll
okay?
weigh in. We'll weigh in.
And then John will fart
And I'll ignore you and I'll fart sparkles.
Okay, next question.
Hi, my name's Alex.
Hi, Alex.
My question is, which Ranger archetype do you think is better dressed, a better archer, and a better fighter? Malcolm Merlin or Drizzt Do'Urden?
Oh, no question
Drizzt.
for me, Drizzt.
Yep.
But I'm a D&D head, so I'm gonna go Drizzt. I'm a big Dungeons and Dragons guy.
I mean, you know, John, obviously.
I'm not going to comment on this one.
Okay.
No,
You're recusing yourself?
No,
Only everybody in this world will recuse themselves when appropriate.
No, I'm not going to be like that. I have to go with the man that I have learned to love, and he's a jerk, and he's a father, and he's an ass, but he does, I think he's the most honest of villains. I have to go with Malcolm Merlin. That's my choice there.
I just love it. He made it. I'm a jerk, I'm a father, I'm an ass, I'm a father, I'm a fool, I'm a saint. I shoot you in your tank.
Hey, Aisha, if your arrow is that precise, you can
I'm better.
Like I said, next time we're in London, come on.
Oh my God, I know. We drank in separate parts of the room for heroes and villains, and we just were texting gibberish for a night. Okay, that's just inside baseball. Here we go. Next question.
Hi, my name is Damien, and my question is, Thanos has snapped his fingers. Which of you survives and why?
Making a case for themselves.
Stay there. Stay there.
You don't get to duck out after that question. Stay where you are. Everybody make eye contact with him. What's your name?
Damien.
Okay, Damien. That's right. Okay.
Thanos snaps his fingers.
Make a case for yourself.
Because I'm also a supervillain. And we can rule the universe together.
Aw, bromance. It's nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Janet?
I'm gonna lean hard on having been Avatar Korra and say somehow that snap wouldn't do anything. She would just sort of, maybe she'd be in the spirit realm, I don't know. But I think she'd survive, and I would just be quietly behind her, hiding in her shadow, hoping Thanos didn't notice me.
I don't think it works like that.
Oh, sure it does. Sure it does.
Thanos is like, are you under there? Come on, come out of there, come on. Come on out of there, I can see you.
That's exactly how it works.
Come on so I can snap you out of there, come on. Don't be a jerk.
I feel like I would survive because when I was a kid, my mom was like, take care of your skin because it's the only thing you've got. And I moisturize myself so much, I feel like whatever it is that makes people dusty, it would just kind of slop over me. I'm just so raw and moist. Right? Thank you. Smart. Smart. I am, right?
So moist.
So moist.
I think I would survive because you'd be with me, and Thanos being a little misunderstood because if you step back into the light, that would be the shirt that he'd read. That's my quote, never apologize for being nerdy because non-nerdy people never apologize for being assholes. And Thanos would say, you can stay.
That's right. Maybe you want t-shirt.
I think he would spare me, because let's be really honest. If there was an apocalypse, whose house would you want to come to? You'd want to come to my house.
This is very true. Guys, Adam has a collection of like 7,000 lightsabers. And I think like 3,000 are still working. The other ones, their batteries are run down, but like 3,000 are still operational. So.
Some of my crystals are a little down in power.
Just waiting for a celestial event to charge them up again. But, who hasn't made a case for themselves?
Mr. Nancy can move through time. So, honestly, it's right at the point where he decides he's going to snap his finger. I'll just be out. And then I'll
just turn into a spider. You could just turn into a spider and
I can turn into a spider and leave the room. I got a lot of ways to get out of the room. But I think, you know, Thanos needs to be honest with himself and just step out of that closet a little bit, and he wouldn't be so angry killing people with a snap of his finger. That's what I think needs to happen there. Because he got anger management issues like Hulk, you know what I mean? He's going to tear stuff up. And I don't really like Ant-Man either right now.
Who do we think won this particular cover? Who won this question? Who would you keep alive?
Felicia did.
Wait, I did? Because I'm
Okay, the panel voted on that one.
Oh, thank you guys. You can touch, you can just, yeah, it's soft.
All right, next.
She's like a watermelon seed of a person.
Yeah. Making lots more people. Continue. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name's Juana. I'm asking this question because I was in Hall H and they were talking about the Predator and who could beat him or not. And this is with Adam in mind too. Who would win? The Predator or the proto-molecule from The Expanse?
Oh! Well, the proto-molecule already pretty much served me my own ass on a platter. So I think the proto-molecule wins against the Predator. 100%.
The proto-molecule does not discriminate.
No, it turns all of us into little chunks.
Whereas the Predator seems to be more sporting and kind of,
You can tame the Predator with a good meal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The proto-molecule seems irrational, but if you sat you get like an 8-course tasting menu and you're like, Predator, guess what? We're going on a taste tour. Yep. I feel like you can make friends with him or her.
You can mesmerize the Predator by laughing strangely. Except he's dazzled by you, he's like a dog. Just shake your keys at him. So definitely the proto-molecule.
I agree. Well, the molecule, anything that's uncontrollable out of the, that would destroy, you're not going to have any way to control it. Predator, you could. You just, with the hair, the locks, Ray, just recycle. That's all you have to tell them. That's it. That was the lamest answer I've ever come up with.
We don't recycle.
I just wouldn't want to be in the room. I mean, Predator, I remember seeing the first movie the first time, and it scared the crap out of me. Because, of course, because you couldn't see where he was, what was going on, and it was just that blurriness. And I wake up every morning now without my lenses in, and I see that blurriness. So both of them are completely freak out to me because I don't have control. All right, that's it.
The Terminator scared me because I was like, this white dude won't die. It doesn't matter. You shoot him, he just keeps coming back. It was fascinating. That was very frightening to me.
Now it's just therapy, guys. We're just talking about
But I can't talk about myself. I feel better.
Ever had a dream your teeth are falling out, guys? No way. Next question.
Oh, hello. My name is Harrison.
Hi, Harrison.
If you could only have one thing for the rest of your life, amazing food, and this includes alcohol, or amazing sex, what would you choose?
Ooh. Oh. Do you know who I'm married to?
I did know. Where do I even need to go? Further than that.
No.
Anyone else?
We got nothing. I feel like at this time we're supposed to crown a winner of this debate, but you guys, I feel like you're all winners in my book.
Participation trophy.
You're dumb about being yourself. about talking about the things that you love when you're a kid and things you're unafraid to tell people you love as an adult. It's also apparently about telling people about stuff that you should really be in therapy for. And occasionally upsetting people who brought their kids today. I want to remind everybody, when you tweet about this debate, the hashtags are the great debate, all one word, and the hashtag SDCC. If you don't know that second hashtag, maybe you're in the wrong place. But I want to thank everybody for coming to SyFy's The Great Debate. You guys are